the merchandise. Cash for the buzz. Cash for the soft goods. Cash for the business. Cash for the hogshead, caskets, and gone. Cash for the crackers and the pickles and the fly pickles. What are you talking? 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 Pretty good. What are you talking?
No, it ain't. But you're down another territory.
Why, it's small T for a minute, trouble making people want to go, want to get out you go. 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 14, 22, 23 miles of eternity.
Yes, sir.
Who's gonna pack a house little bitty 2x4 kind of store anymore? What are you talking?
But the Model T at all, take a gander at the store, at the modern store, at the present day store, at the present day modern departmentalized grocery store.
What are you talking?
No, it ain't, but I got another territory.
Why, you need the business, the trouble, you need the practice, the packing, you need the business, airtight, sanitary packaging, and Cracker Barrel obsolete. Cracker Barrel went out when the whiskey metal house come from time by the stove. Change your code to recycling salesman, minute Christmas card.
No, we didn't, but they got another territory.
Gone with the hot set, casting and jelly junk, gone with the sugar barrel, pickle barrel, milk can, gone with the tub and the tail and the cheer. Ever meet a fella by the name of Hill?
Him.
Hill.
No! Just a minute.
Never heard of any salesman Hill? Now he doesn't know the territory. What's the fella? Never worries about his line. Or the Cracker Barrel being obsolete, or the you need a biscuit in an airtight sanitary package, or the Model T Ford.
Just a minute.
Never worries about his line. Or a doggone thing. He's just a baby bell ringing, big, all great, go necker, nothing, red, roar, never drop a bullseye salesman. That's Professor Harold Hill.
He's a fake, and he got another territory.
What are you talking? He's a music man. He's a what? He's a music man, and he sells clarinets to the kids in the town with the big trombones, the rat-a-tat drums, big brass bass, and the piccolo uniforms too, with the shiny gold braid on the coat and a big red stripe running.
Well, I don't know much about bands, but I do know you can't make a living selling big trombones. No, sir. Mandolin picks, perhaps. Here and there are two parts.
No, the fella sells bands, boys' bands. You don't know how he does it. But he lives like a king, and he dallies and he gathers and he puffs and he shines. And when the man dances, certainly, boys. What else? The piper pays him. Yes, sir. When the man dances, certainly, boys. What else? The piper pays him. Yes, sir.
But he doesn't know the territory. I'll tell you about this Harold Hill.
You really know Harold Hill?
Never met him in my life, but I can tell you this much. That man's given every single one of us a black eye. After he's worked his town over, the salesman after that gets automatically tarred and feathered and brought out of city limits on a rail. You think that's funny? Wait till it happens to you. Your hair never goes back.
Well, why should he get tarred and feathered and rode out of town on a rail?
Because in order to sell band instruments, uniforms, and instruction books, he has to guarantee them kids to play.
Well?
And to form them kids into a band with himself as the leader?
What's wrong with that?
You don't know one note of music from another. That's what's wrong with that. He can't tell the difference between a pipe organ and a bass drum. That's what's wrong with that. Oh, when I catch up to that swindling two-bit thimble rigger, I'll squeal him so loud.
Wow, you're mad, Charlie. Sure like to be around when you catch up with that fella.
Not in this trip. Not in Iowa. Not even the great professor at Harold Hill can get through these Hawkeyes out here.
Oh, gentlemen, you intrigue me. I think I ought to give Iowa a try.
I don't believe I caught your name.
And I don't believe I dropped it.
come. Bertha never come. Your Aunt Bertha's dead. She would have come anyway. We can be cold as a falling thermometer in December if you ask about our weather in July. And we're so wise or stubborn we can stand watching those for a week at a time and never see eye to eye. What will give you our shirt and a back to go with it if your watch should happen to What the heck? Your mom? You really ought to give my love. To you, Des Moines, Delaware, Marshalltown, Mason City, Cleveland, Case, Clearly, ought to give my love a try.
Are you, squires? Well, you see, I'm interested in a rig for Sunday, if you'll accommodate me.
Well, then I suggest you see the man in charge of hiring Grace, who is late as usual.
Gregory! Marcellus! You old son of a gun, what? But Greg! No. Professor Hill's the name now. Harold Hill.
Greg, what are you doing here? Why wouldn't you tell me you was coming?
Oh, I didn't know I was what's up. Besides, how could I know you'd end up in a little tank town like this? You were a pretty big slicker back when you were in business with me.
Ah, too many close shaves the way you play. Besides, got me a nice, comfortable girl. Ethel Toffelmeyer, boss's niece.
Con legitimate, huh? I knew you'd come to no good.
So, what's the pitch?
Da-da-da-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta.
Band business? But I thought you was in steam automobiles.
Oh, I was.
Well, what happened?
Someone actually invented one.
No.
Now, give me the lowdown here, Mars.
You'll never get anywhere with these stubborn Iowans, Gregs. Besides, we've got a music teacher who'll catch you before you get your grip unpacked.
Male or female?
Music teacher? She's a librarian. Female.
Perfect. Exactly what I wanted to hear. If she passes by, point her out to me.
Will do. How you gonna start the pitch?
Same as usual. Get that music teacher off balance, and my next step would be to get your town out of the serious trouble it's in.
But River City isn't in any trouble.
Then I'll have to create some. I need to bring about a desperate need for a boys' band. What's new around here? What can I do?
I mean, we did just put in a new pool table at the billiard parlor, but...
They've never had a pool table here before?
Nope, only billiards.
I think that'll work. See you later, Mars, and don't forget, music teacher.
Music teacher, gotcha.
Are you, Mr. Dunlop?
Yes, nothing.
Well, friend, either you're closing your eyes to a situation you do not wish to acknowledge, or you are not aware of the caliber of disaster indicated by the presence of a pool table in your community. Well, you got trouble, my friend. Right here, say trouble right here in River City. Why, sure, I'm a Billy Bears, and mighty proud to say I'm always mighty proud to say. I consider that the hour-sized man with a cue in my hand are golden. Help me cultivate 4 cents, and a cool head, and a keen eye. You ever take a try to give an ironclad lead to yourself from a 3-rail billiard shot? Just as I say, it takes judgment, brains, and maturity to score in a ball-blind game, but I say that any move can take and shove a ball in a pocket. And I call that slog. The first big step on the road to the depths of the day where dancing first it's medicinal wine from a teaspoon, then beer from a bottle. And the next thing you know, your son is playing for money in a pinchback suit. Listening to some big Allentown Jasper, hear him tell about horse race gambling. Not a wholesome truck race, no, but a race where they sit down to ride on a horse. Like to see some stuck-up jockey boy sitting on Dan Hatch. Make your blood boil? Well, I should say. Now, friends, let me tell you what I mean. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pockets on a table. Pockets that mark the difference between a gentleman and a bum with a capital B, and that rhymes with B, and that stands for pool. And all week long, your every city youth will be frittering away. I say your young men will be frittering away. They're noontime, summertime, short time too. Get the ball in the pocket, never mind getting den lines full of screen door patches to the beach steakhouse. Never mind pumping any water till your parents are caught with a sister and Emily on a Saturday night, and that's trouble. Yes, he got lots and lots of trouble. I'm thinking of the kids in the knickerbocker, shirt-tail young ones, peeking in the pool hall window after school. You got trouble, folks, right here in River City. Trouble with a capital T, and that rhymes with P, and that stands for pool. Now I know all you folks are the right kind of parents. I'm gonna be perfectly frank. But would you like to know what kind of conversation goes on while they're loafing around that hall? Trying out Bebo, trying out Q-Bets, trying out tailing mains like cigarette mains, and bragging all about how they're gonna cover up a telltale breath with sense. And one fine night, they leave the pool hall, headed for the dance at the armory, libertine men and scarlet women, and ragtime. Shameless music that'll drag your son and your daughter to the arms of a jungle, animal instinct, mass hysteria. Friends, the idle brain is the devil's playground trouble. Right here in River City. With a capital T, and that rhymes with B, and that stands for pool. We've surely got trouble. Right here in River City. Gotta figure out a way to keep the young ones moral after school.
Our children's gonna have trouble.
Mothers of River City, heed that warning before it's too late. Watch for the telltale signs of corruption. The minute your son leaves the house, does he rebuckle his knickerbockers below the knee? Is there a nicotine stain on his index finger? A dime novel hidden in the corn crib? Is he starting to memorize jokes out of Captain Billy's whiz bang? Are certain words creeping into his conversation? Words like swell, aha, or so's your old man. Well, if so, my friends, you got trouble.
Oh, you got trouble.
Right here in River City.
Right here in River City.
Capital T, and that rhymes with P, and that stands for pool.
That stands for pool.
We've surely got trouble.
We surely got trouble.
Right here in River City.
Right here.
Remember the Maine, Plymouth Rock, and the Golden Rule.
Our children's gonna have trouble.
Oh, we got trouble. We're in terrible, terrible trouble. That game with the 1500 balls of the Devil's School. Oh, yes, we got trouble, trouble, trouble.
Oh, yes, we got trouble. Yeah, we got big, big trouble.
With a T.
Capital T.
Yeah, right with P.
That rhymes with me.
That stands for pool.
Oh, we got trouble, trouble, trouble. Right here in the city with the capital T. That rhymes with me. That stands for pool. Stands for pool. We surely got trouble, trouble, trouble. Right here in the city. Right here. We gotta figure out a way to keep the young ones moral after school.
Did you drug you?
No,
Didn't I meet you?
no.
You know, I'll only be in town a short while, and
Good! That your daughter? Yes, Mama. Keep on, Amarillo. I'll be there in a minute. Hello, Mama. Ooh. Fine, dear. Now your exercises.
Yes, ma'am.
I didn't know the library was open last 4th of July.
Oh, it was, Mama, all evening. Mama, a man with a suitcase has been following me all over town.
Oh.
Who? I never saw him before.
Did he say anything?
He tried.
Did you say anything?
Mama, of course not.
Now don't dawdle, Amaryllis. It's
So don't keep me so a little slower, and please keep the fingers curved as nice and tight as you possibly can. Now don't get faster, dear. If you don't mind my saying so, it wouldn't have hurt you to find out what the gentleman wanted. Oh, I know what the gentleman wanted. What, dear? You'll find it in Balzac. Excuse me for living, but I never read it. Neither is anyone else in this town. There you go again with that same old comment about the low mentality of River City people and taking it all too much to heart. No, Mama. As long as the Madison Public Library was entrusted to me for the purpose of improving River City's cultural level, I can't help my concern that the ladies of River City keep ignoring all my counsel and advice. But darling, when a woman has a husband and you've got none, why should she take advice from you? Even if you can't quote Balzac and Shakespeare and all them other highfalutin Greeks. Well, Mama, if you don't mind my saying so, you have a bad habit of changing every subject. Now I haven't changed the subject. I was talking about that stranger. Like straight with the suitcase who made me your very last chance. Do you think that I'd allow a common measure now? Really, Mama, I have my standards where men are concerned, and I have no intention. I know all about your standards if you don't mind my saying so. There's not a man alive who could hope to measure up to that blended Paul Bunyan, Saint Captain Noah Webster. You can come to for yourself out of your Irish imagination, your Irish stubbornness, and your library full of books. Wasn't that the best I've ever heard?
Thank you. Can I have a drink, please?
May I?
May I have a drink, please?
Yes, dear. Winthrop, it's after dark. Is that a way to walk into the house? Hello. That won't do at all. I'll have a kiss for my boy. That lady over there is your sister, young man.
Hello, Winthrop.
Winthrop, where's your manners?
I'm having a party on Saturday. Will you please come? I'd especially like it very much if you'd come.
Well, Winthrop, Amaryllis asked you to a party. Are you going or aren't you? No. No what? No thank you. You know the little girl's name?
You won't say Amaryllis because of the S, because of his list. He's ashamed.
We know all about his list, Amaryllis. Well, Winthrop?
I bet he won't say it.
No thank you, Amaryllis.
Amaryllis. Amaryllis. He's crying. Why does he get so mad at people just because he lisps?
Oh, it's not just because he lisps, dear. That's just part of it.
What's the other part?
Never mind that. It's just that he never talks very much.
Not even to you and your mother.
No, dear. We all have to be a little patient.
I'm patient, even though he doesn't ever talk to me, but I do him every night. Say goodnight to him on the evening star, but you have to do it the very second you see, or it doesn't count. Good night, my Winthrop. Night. Sleep tight.
Oh, there, dear. Don't cry. If not Winthrop, there'll be somebody else.
Never! I'll end up an old maid like him! Oh! I'm sorry, Miss Mary. Can I play my crosshand, please?
May I?
May I play my crosshand, please?
You may.
You see, without a sweetheart, you have no one to say goodnight to on the evening star.
Oh, I know, dear. For now, just say goodnight, my someone. You can put the right name in when the right someone comes along.
All right, I guess it's better than nothing.
Yes, it is. Now, you can play your crosshead piece.
Now I may play my crosshand piece.
I am sure we are all grateful to my wife, Eulalie McKechnie, for leading the singing, and to J.C. Squires for the fine stereopticon slides, and to Ethel Toffelmeyer, our fine piano player. Piano. I welcome you, River citizens, to the 4th of July exercises set up here in Madison Gymnasium, account for the weather. 407 years ago. 407 years ago. The members of the school board will now present a patriotic tableau. Oh, sorry. The members of the school board will not present a patriotic tableau. Some argument about costumes, I suppose. Instead, the daughters of the revolution will now present a spectacle. My wife. Will now present a spectacle led by my wife, Eulalie McKechnie. Mr. Shin will recover. Go next to a certain young ruffian who's a disgrace to our city. Anyways, 407 years ago. Payne's fireworks spectacle, last days of Pompeii, will take place out by Madison Picnic Park, across the creek from the pest house, assuming the rain stops by 9:30.
How can it be raining? Didn't the Gazette critics fair? Sure did. That's why we are prepared for a storm.
The Gazette is accurate most of the time, and you know it's JC.
You wouldn't get very far in the banking business being accurate most of the time.
Can we just have order here? Order!
Sounds like number 8's late again.
I make her early. Oh, she's late, all right.
She's right on time. What's the matter with your wife?
What's the matter with you?
You might lose the school, girl! Stop picking it up!
All in the world, I said what?
Never mind. 4
We have this pool table in town.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Just a minute.
It's the pool table. Where is it?
Will you allow me to get on with the
You
exercises?
know what? Any more exercises to those pool table matter is settled.
Let's protect our children.
Yeah!
This is city corruption.
Amen!
Support that devil and keep our young boys pure.
Friends! May I have your attention, please? Attention, please.
Do you in trouble, friends, with a wave of my hand, this very hand? Please observe me if you will. I'm Professor Harold Hill, and I'm here to organize the River City Boys Band. Only, my friends, how can any pool table ever hope to compete with a gold trombone? Remember, my friends, what a handful of trump players did to the famous fabled walls of Jericho. Oh, billiard parlor walls come tumbling down. Set a band to it, my friends. Oh, yes, I mean a boys' band. Do you hear me? I say River City's gonna have a boys' band, and I mean she needs it today. Well, Professor Harold Hill's on hand. River City's gonna have her boys' band. As sure as the Lord made little free apples, and that band's gonna be in uniform. John, Willie, Teddy, Fred. And you will see the glitter of crashing cymbals. And you will hear the thunder of rolling drums, the shimmer of trumpets. Ta-ta! And you will feel something akin to the electric thrill I once enjoyed when Gilmore, Liberati, Pat Conway, the great creator, W.C. Handy, and John Philip Sousa all came to town on the very same historic day. 76 trombones led the big parade, with 110 cornets close at hand. They were followed by rows and rows of the finest virtuosos, the cream of every famous band. 76 trombones caught the morning sun, with 110 cornets right behind. There were more than 1,000 reeds springing up like weeds. There were horns of every shape and kind. There were copper-bottom timpani and horse platoon, thundering, thundering all along the way. Double bells, euphoniums, and big bassoons, each bassoon having his big fat say. There were 50 mounted cannon in the battery, thundering, thundering louder than before. Clarinets of every size and trumpeters who'd improvise a whole octave higher than the score.
76 trombones seem to counterpoint, while 110 cornets blazed away. To the rhythm of march, 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 all the kids began to march, and the marching still right today.
for emergency action. That man is a spellbinder. I haven't seen Iowa people get so excited tonight. Frank gosh, the Strangler Lewis lay on the map for 3.5 hours without moving a muscle. Man, was that exciting. Never mind. I want that man's credentials. Grab that, but look! Here was blue, this is shit.
Thank you, Professor. Oh, I have to make an example of him. Ringleader, you know? What he does, the gang does.
Jimmy Clyde, let me go.
You wild kid, ya? Hanging after my oldest girl. His father's one of the day laborers south of town. You wild kid, ya? Hanging out after my oldest girl down Main Street last Sunday.
I wasn't even tagging.
Don't you contradict me.
We was just walking together.
I know what he's doing. My girl Gracie's seen you. Now you stay away from my oldest girl, or you'll hear from me till who laid the rails. Hill, I'll talk to you on Monday morning about this band business over at City Hall, 10 o'clock sharp. I want that man's credentials.
Whoa, Constable, I'll be responsible for the boy.
Oh, you don't know this kid. He's tough, and he's got his gang waiting outside.
Oh, I'll be careful. Tommy, I'd like to talk to you about the band.
Oh, gee, Professor, that's for the little kid.
Oh, no, I'm not talking about you playing in the band. You're mechanically minded, aren't you? Ever do anything with perpetual motion?
Nearly had it a couple times.
You did? Then you're my man. Do you realize nobody has ever invented a music holder for a marching piccolo player? No place to hang the music.
Chili Clyde, wonder where I can get some wire.
Oh, check in your cellar. That's where people keep wire. Whoa, Tommy! Constable, let me show you how to break up a gang. Young lady over there, Miss, what's your name?
Anita, I didn't have any idea he was beckoning to me. He got.
Oh, do you know Tommy Cheeless? Tommy? This is Anita. Escort the young lady home.
Only I thought they were not going home. I have to go to the library. He got.
Then escort the young lady home by way of the library, by way of the candy kitchen.
Yes, sir. Do I have to?
Oh, you have to.
Yes, sir.
He got.
Professor, you're a pretty bright young fellow. Made a couple mistakes, though.
Oh?
You see, the mayor happens to own the billiard parlor and that new pool table.
Oh. What was my other mistake?
That's Anita. She's the mayor's oldest girl.
Oh, boy.
Excuse me, Professor Hellman. We need your credentials for the school board.
Academic certificates.
Nothing of the sort. Letters and papers. They can put up a bond.
What am I hearing? You. Friends say, ice cream.
Ice cream. But I don't sing, young
No,
man.
try down here.
Ice cream.
Talk slow.
Ice cream.
You see, singing is only sustained talking. Now you right here and take it up top for us.
Ice cream. Ice cream. Ice cream. Ice cream.
I'll tell you what, ladies. From now on, you'll never see one of them without the other three.
Oh, Professor, you're wrong. Why, they've hated each other for 15 years now.
Ah, we'll see about that. How can there be
any sin insincere where is the good in goodbye in goodbye? Your apprehensions confuse me, dear. Puzzle
Mr. Hill.
Professor.
Professor of what? At what college do they give out degrees for annoying women on the street rowdy like a Saturday night at the public dance hall?
Oh, I wouldn't know anything about that. You see, I'm a conservatory man myself. Gary, Indiana, gold medal class of Lots 5.
Even should that happen to be true, does that give you the right to follow me around wherever I go? And another thing, Professor Hill, I'm not as easily mesmerized or hoodwinked as some other people in this town, and I think it only fair to warn you that I have shelves of reference books in there which may very well give me some interesting information about you.
Are you looking for me, Greg?
Oh, hi, Marcellus. And don't call me Greg.
So, how'd you make out with that music teacher?
Oh, scrumptious. Ate out of my hand the minute I tipped my hat.
Seems she did. You really got a swab tonight, gotta say. For a second, even I thought you knew something about leading a band. Like when you used to imitate that band concert fellow back in Joplin.
Oh, yeah! Ya-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta, ya-ta-ta-ta-ta. Kid stuff. You know, I'm in rare form these days, son. Just to keep your eyes on me for the next 4 weeks.
4 weeks? You just only take 10 days for the instruments to arrive.
Oh, it still does. But it takes 4 weeks for the uniforms.
Oh, Greg, you haven't had a uniform.
Uniforms and instruction books.
But Greg, you can't pass yourself off as a music professor. I mean, not for only 4 weeks.
Mars.
But Greg, you don't know one note of music from another.
Listen, I have a revolutionary new method called the Think System, where you don't bother with notes.
But after 4 weeks, they'll want to hear the music.
But when the uniforms arrive, they forget everything else. At least long enough for me to collect and leave. Oh, this is a refined operation, son. And I've got it timed right down to the last wave of the brakeman's hand on the last train out of town. Now, Mr. Washburn, if you'll excuse me.
You're gonna line yourself up a little canoodling, eh?
Well,
Say, and is that you with Ethel's sister? Lovely girl, Sunday school teacher.
no wide-eyed, eager, wholesome, innocent Sunday school teacher for me. You see, that kind of gal spins webs no spider ever. Now listen, boy. A gal who trades on all that purity merely wants to trade my independence for her security. The only affirmative she will file. First in marching down the aisle. No golden, glorious, gleaming, pristine goddess. No, sir. For no Diana do I play fawn. I can tell you that right now. I snarl and I hiss. How can ignorance be compared to bliss? I spark and I fizz. For the lady who knows what time it is, I cheer and I rage. For the virtue I'm too late to say. The Santa what was a girl for me. Oh, you still got it, Mars. No bright-eyed, blushing, breathless baby doll baby. No, sir, that kind of child ties knots no sailor ever knew. I prefer to take a chance on a more adult romance. No dewy young miss who keeps resisting. All the time she keeps insisting. No wide-eyed, wholesome, innocent female. No, sir, why she's the fisherman, I'm the fish, you see. I flinch and I shine. When the lass with the delicate hair walks by, I smile and I grin. When the gal with the touch of sin walks in, I hope and I pray for Heston to win just one more A. The Santa one was a girl's the girl for me. The Santa one was a girl for me.
The Pickalittle girl.
And this is Miss Squires, and this is Miss Hicks, and of course the ukulele mechanician, our mayor's wife. Isn't it exciting, ukulele?
I couldn't say. I could not say. Oh no, I could not say. At this time, my husband will wish to investigate, I'm sure, and naturally, I'm reticent. Oh yes, I'm reticent.
Of course, Mrs. Shin, I understand. But you see, part of my music plans include a dance committee, and, Mrs. Shin, do that again. Your foot, the way you raised it just now.
Oh, bothers me sometimes.
Oh, what grace! What natural flow of rhythm! What expression of line and movement!
Mr. Hill!
Oh, you must accept the chairmanship for the ladies' auxiliary for the classic dance, mustn't she, ladies?
Oh, yes, please.
Every move you make, Mrs. Shin, bespeaks del side. Oh, will you say yes, Mrs. Shin?
You Lady McKechnie Shin. That is, well, dancing.
Then you accept?
Yes, indeed. And I would like to say that...
Oh, thank you. And now the young lady who plays the piano, Marian Peru, I believe. After all, she is the librarian. Dirty books!
Rabelais! All that!
I shouldn't tell you this, but
I'll tell. The man that's on my street.
I'll tell. She made brazen overtures to a man who never had a friend in this town until she came here. Old Miser Madison.
Miser Madison. Madison Gymnasium, Madison Picnic Park, Madison Hospital. That Miser Madison?
exactly. Who do you think he was anyway?
Well, I should say, show off. Probably gave the town the library too, didn't he?
That's just it. When he died, he left the library building to the city.
But he left all the books to her.
She'd seen going and coming from his place.
Oh yes, that woman made brazen overtures.
Oh, I have everything you need over at my hotel. You just good night, ladies. Good night, ladies. Oh, it's all right. I know everything and it doesn't make a difference.
What?
Oh, you were probably very young. Anybody can make a mistake.
What are you talking about?
No apologies, no explanations, please. I'll only be in town a short while and the sadder much wiser girl for me.
Will you please just make your selection and leave?
I have
Well, what do you want to take out?
the librarian.
Quiet, please.
The librarian. You're not listening, Mary. I got marbles. 6 Steelies, 8 Aggies, a dozen Pee-wees, and 1 big glassy with an American flag in the middle. I think I'll drop it.
No!
Madam Librarian. What can I do, my dear, to catch your ear? I love you madly, madly, Madam Librarian. Marian, heaven help us if the library caught on fire and the volunteer hose brigade had to whisper the news to Marian. Madam Librarian. What can I say, my dear, to make it clear? I need you badly, badly, Madam Librarian. Marian, if I stumble and I busted my what you would call it, I can lie on your floor and notice till my body had turned to Rian. Madam Librarian. Now in the moonlight, a man can sing it. In the moonlight, and a fellow would know that his darling had heard every word of his song with the moonlight home, helping along. But when I try in here to tell you, dear, I love you madly, madly, Madam Librarian. Marian, it's a long lost cause I can never win, for the civilized world accepts his unforgivable sin, and he's falling in love with any librarian, such as Marian. Madam Librarian. Today's dance committee meets Tuesday nights. Marshmallow. Well, we've had a pretty successful morning, Tommy. 11 sales out of 12 tries. I'll tell you what, it's almost noon. How about you go home and get yourself some dinner? And I go handle a couple on my own.
Goodbye, Professor.
Thanks, Tommy.
Just a minute. Are you still listening? You haven't got your license.
Well, you see, I'm actually a doorbell collector, and that fine specimen over there has an unusual tone quality that I'd love to.
Flattery will not avail you, Professor Hill. Soliciting is statutory in this county. Mouth the essence without a permit. Why have you been down to City Hall with your references?
Oh, I must have just missed you. Why, Mr. Mayor. Your hand! Oh, my.
What?
The spread of the little finger, it's hereditary.
What does that mean?
It means your son's little finger is perfectly situated to operate the B-flat valve on a B-flat flugelhorn.
Is that good?
Oh, it's very good. It means that America has finally produced an artist who can flugle the minute waltz in 50 seconds.
Where can I get myself one of those horns?
Sign right here, Mr. Mayor. That'll be $17 in port fee.
Oh, just of course. Think I could miss this whole... Wait a second. I've got a son. You unscrupulous fly-by-night, you unfolipulous. You be down to City Hall with your by-God papers by 3 o'clock.
You mean this afternoon?
How could be any clearer if I was a Quaker on his day off?
Mrs. Homeroom, do you realize you have the facial characteristics of a cornet virtuoso?
I don't know if I understand you entirely, Professor.
Well, if your son has that same firm chin, and those splendid cheek muscles, by George! Not that he could ever really be great to understand.
Oh, is that so? And in the name of St. Bridget, why not?
Well, you see, all the truly great cornet players were Irish. Oh, Clyde. Oh, Mendez. Oh,
But,
Clyde!
Professor, we are Irish.
No. Really? Well, then that settles it. Your son was born to play the cornet. Sign here, Mrs. Baruch. And nothing due until the first installment payable at opening of band practice. And, of course, I'll need the boy's measurements for his uniform.
His uniform?
Why, hello, son. Oh, I certainly his uniform. And not a penny due until delivery, which will give him 4 weeks to enjoy, to anticipate, to imagine, at no cost whatsoever. Never allow the demands of tomorrow to interfere with the pleasures and excitement of today.
Would have
A stripe? Why, sure, boy. A long red stripe down each side. What do you think of that?
You'll have to excuse Winthrop, Professor. We can't get him to say 3 words a day even to us. But if you get him to play in that band, you'll have St. Michael's own way with you. But if anybody can do it, I'll bet you can. Out of the crowd, I'll pick you for hod carrying, clay pipe smoking, shamrock wearing, harp playing, Marian pinching, terrace hall minstrel singing, Irishman, big gob and big jabbers. Where are you from, me boy?
Gary, Indiana.
I knew it, Where did you say?
Gary, Indiana. In fact, Gary Conservatory was my alma mater.
Was she now?
Why, sure. Gold medal class of Ot 5. And oh, do, Miss Peru.
How do, Mr. Hill?
Peru, right. I thought the name sounded familiar. You know, I tried to see you again since the other night.
He wants to put Winthrop in the band. Oh, we're not interested, Mama. But Marian, the boy might have his father's musical gift. He does have my jaw, you know.
Your husband was musical?
Do you do this to every family? Prying in on personal affairs? We're not interested. Marian.
Oh, well, sounds like that's 1 for and 1 against. Why not let the boy's father decide?
The boy's father is dead. Anything else?
I'm sorry. But, you see, that's all the more reason why your brother should
My brother is a 10-year-old problem child who can't understand why his father was taken away. Would you care to explain it to him? He's been brooding about it for 2 years. And as to your musical tricks, why don't you go into business with some nice carnival man who sells gold-painted watches and glass diamond rings?
Musical tricks? Well, Miss Marian, I hardly think that. You know, I get the feeling she really likes the idea. A little cautious, perhaps, but oh, I admire that in a woman. Just keep me alive and I'll be back later in the week.
1 moment, Professor, about the boy's measurements. I make all his clothes. Sleeve 21, waist 18, crotch 14.
Fine, that'll do. Now, if you excuse me, I really must get back to my hotel.
I do hope you'll excuse Marian. She's not really...
Oh, Mrs. Peru, it's quite all right. I'm sure that deep down, Marian is really as lovely as yourself. Good day to you, Widow Peru.
Has he gone? He has. And I hope not forever. Darling, don't you ever think about your future? Gary, Indiana, conservation, class of Ot 5. Now, darling. Now, Mama. Surely a girl's future doesn't depend on encouraging every self-centered, fast-talking, woman-chasing, traveling man who comes into town. And the fact that he claims his commodity is music doesn't, particularly in this case, impress me. All right, darling. All right. Only it's a well-known fact that if you put the flint in one drawer and the steel in another, you'll never strike much of a fire. Mama! Winthrop! Winthrop, I know you're there. Will you please go to the library and ask Miss Grubb to give you the book I set aside? It's the Indiana State Education Journal, year 1890 to 1910. It's a brown volume with black corners. Do I have to? You don't have to say anything. I have written it all down. Thank you, dear. Now, what are you up to? Why do you need books at this hour of the night? Well, I have a feeling the Indiana Journal might help me poke some large holes in the professor's claims. Well, I give up. At your age, what kind of white knight do you expect to come riding along? Well, I'm not waiting for Luther Griner, who backs me into the ancient history shelf every time he comes into the library. He does? Mm-hmm. Or Ed Gamage in that buggy of his with the removable back seat. But I'm not waiting for a man in shining white armor either. Night, night, not a Lancelot, nor an angel who weeps, just someone to love me, who is not ashamed of a few nice things. My night, what my heart would say, if it only knew how pleased he Honey, Mama and Papa are sitting right there in the bank. Ye gods!
All right, then meet me after supper.
I can't. It's Edward's leave night. Meet you where?
The footbridge.
You see? Isn't that just what I said? Last in the little yard, and now the footbridge? And where will we meet after that? In the black hole of Calcutta? Ye gods!
I don't even want to show you my invention.
What invention?
My music holder for a portrait Pickalittle player. It's just a few minor flaws, like if you hold it tight up enough, you cut off circulation to your fingers. Meanwhile, you can go blind.
Tommy, it's Papa!
Is that the first thing I said? Or not?
Yes, George.
Yes, the first thing I said, or I'll eat hay with the horse. Get that Spellbinder's credentials. The loading of July 4th, 1912. And now look, my wife is off dancing at any hours instead of at home.
Now, George.
And the school board is singing up the street down alley. And my oldest girl, she's off boodling with some wild kid. My business has fallen so far off the scales, I can't find the balance sheet.
I've been meaning to speak to you about Professor Hill's alma mater,
Is who?
his university.
Oh, I know all about that. In fact, that's the only thing I can ever get out of him.
Well, if you'll just take a moment to read about the conservatory, I am sure you will not have to look any further. It's on page...
Papa, the little Fargo wagon is just coming up from the depot.
The Wells Fargo wagon!
It could be the band instrument.
Fan insurance.
The Wells Fargo wagon is up, coming down the street. Oh, please let it be for me. Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon is up, coming down the street. I wish I knew what it could be. I got a box of maple sugar on my birthday. In March I got a green mackinac. And once I got some grapefruit from Tampa. Montgomery wants to be a gentleman across Conso. Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon is up, coming down the street. Oh, please make the prize with COD. It could be carton or dishes. No, it could be, yes, it could be, yes, you're right, it surely could be. Something special, something very, very special now for me. Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon is up, coming down the street. Oh, don't let it pass my door. Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon is up, coming down the street. I wish I knew what he was coming for.
I got some salad from Seattle last September.
Little Fargo wagon is up, coming now. I don't know how I can ever wait to see. It could be something to someone who is never related, but it could be something special just for me.
Here's your cornet, son.
My cornet, he said, Professor.
Kids, you'll receive individual instruction in due time. For now, stay off the streets, get acquainted with your instruments, and think the minuet in G. La-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da.
La-di-da, la-di-da, la-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da.
Mister! The smoke is so engulfing in my stomach. I never thought I'd eat it. The smoke is so engulfing. Oh, sister!
Round one for you, Mr. Hill. But I better hear some by God tooting out of them horns in pretty short order, or I'll see you in front of a jury at the county seat. Now, Miss Marian, about that book.
Come, George. Tempest Fugits.
What's your phraseology?
The ladies dancing. It's Tuesday nights at the high school.
I predicted our Del Sarge tonight will be the highlight of the ice cream social bowl. Now, if you're ready, and remember, ladies, don't make me tell you again. Always keep your face towards the audience. Now, JC.
It's you in the sunrise. It's you in my path. It's you all the way to town. It's your sweet melody that sets me up. And it's your got to go, dear, that sets me down. It's you on my pillow in all of my dreams, till once more the morning breaks through. What words could be saner or truer or plainer than it's you? It's you.
Smile.
Yes, it's you. Oh, yes, it's you.
Oh, kids, please, you should all have my head.
Mr. Washburn, we are entitled to 5 more minutes.
Listen, Miss Shit, if you can hold these kids back, be my guest, but...
Start out, Mr. Washburn. Wait till you see the new moves Mr. Hill taught us.
Well, kids, what'll it be?
The Shipoopi.
A woman will kiss on the very first date is usually a hussy, but a woman will wait till the second time out is anything but fussy. But a woman will wait till the third time around, head as they clouds, feet on the ground. Geez, the girl is glad is found. Geez, it's Shipoopi, 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 Shipoopi. The girl that heart can dance. Shipoopi, Shipoopi, Shipoopi. Walk her once was raised, and could walk around twice as big, but she did once more in the flower. Got you the delicate soul bag. Squeeze her once she is, and look at you, squeeze back the pants. Once more for a pass, we're up, another
you.
We'd rather do it in front of your back, but
Do what? Never mind.
your daughter scared you, but I'm not. I should think you'd hate to have your own daughter scare you. Chili fly.
I'm gonna warn you once more, boy. If I ever see you touching my daughter again, I'll by God horsewhip you to hell and back again.
Now, George.
Not with poop out of you, madam. Yes! Now you get out of this public building.
I have just as much right in a public building as anybody.
Right? How do you have any right around here? Aiding and abetting the swilling activities, spellbinding civil salesmen. You know what I see written all over you? Reform school. Now get out. Get out, you wild kid.
Papa, please, it's Capulet's and you that make the blood in the water. He gone.
You want your phraseology, young woman. Go home. You later.
Why, George, I only...
You tend to your dance.
My dance.
I'll handle this Lida. Take it up with Blau and get to the wrong side of town.
Mayor Shin, if I can just make you understand.
Well, you can't. And by the way, thanks for nothing. I read that book from cover to cover for a whole week and found nothing.
Well,
Mr. Mayor, if you please.
Also, your hashes may get these crevices off my old squirrel. Yes.
Well, you see, I want to let you know I'm personally vouching for Tommy Gielitz. That boy's got the confidence of every kid in town. Just wait. You'll be standing in line waiting to shake his hand by the time our band plays its first concert.
By the time your band plays in its first concert, the invisible members have to foregather in their wheelchairs, account for the broken legs they'll get from tripping over their beards. I'll tell you something, my fine young feathered... My feathered young... Never mind! Oliver J.C. Olin Ewart, I want this man's papers and I want him tonight. Don't let him out of your sight. He's slippier than a Mississippi sturgeon.
Do you mean you want us to get his credentials?
Get his papers or get him in jail. I couldn't make myself any more clear if I was a button hook in the well water.
Mr. Hill, that was abominable of Mayor Shin. I think it's wonderful of you to come to Tommy's defense.
Oh, that was nothing.
Oh, yes, it was.
No, it wasn't. A man can't dodge the issue every time a little personalism is involved. What is it the poet says? A coward dies 1,000 deaths. A brave man, only 500. Unfortunately, of course. The mayor is already pretty mad on account of his billiard parlor. Now, I suppose a recommendation from a musical authority like yourself would help us. I couldn't think of asking you to do a thing like that.
Oh, why, Professor Hill.
Oh, you would.
Of course. I just wish I was a little more informed. I've been meaning to speak to you about Windrop's cornet.
His cornet? Mother of pearl keys.
Yes, I'm sure it's fine, but you see, he never touches it. I mean, in the beginning, he made a few experimental flats, I guess you'd say.
Oh, yes, flats.
And he sings the minuet in G-dee-da almost constantly.
Of course. La-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da. La-di-da, la-di-da.
But he never touches the cornet. He says that if he thinks the minuet in G, then he won't have to worry with the notes now, Professor.
Oh, Miss Mary, the think system is a revolutionary new method, I'll admit. So was Galileo's conception of the heavens, Columbus's conception of the egg, globe, Bach's conception of the well-tempered clavichord. Now, I mustn't discuss these things here in public, but if you allow me to call, when may I call?
Oh, why, any night this week.
Miss Coyle, will you please run the Sergeant Committee?
What?
Golden shimmer, silver shoes, now full, heart of gold. credential. We've been deputized.
Yes. Congratulations. But, you see, every time I try to give you fellas my references and credentials, you always seem to get off the subject somehow. I got everything you need over at my hotel room. Take a minute.
Right off to go into.
Oh, well, first we gotta see if I remember where I put my keys. Somewhere. Oh, what's this? A testimonial from Madame Renee, the only female bassoon player to ever appear in the Red Pat Circuit. Her stage name, of course. Actually, she was from Moline, Lida Rose Quackenbush.
Can I see that?
Oh, no, Lida Rose. You'll never forget the name. Just like the old song. Lida Rose, I'm home again, Rose.
Look at the sun back in the sky. Lida Rose, I'm home again, Rose. About 1,000 kisses shy. Ding dong ding, I can hear the chapel bells chime. Ding dong ding, at the least suggestion, I'll pop the question. Lida Rose, I'm home again, Rose, with not a sweetheart to my name. Lida Rose, now everyone knows that I am hoping you're the same. So here is my love song, not fancy nor fine. Lida Rose, oh, won't you be mine? Lida Rose, oh, Lida Rose, oh, Lida Rose. Dream of now, dream of then, dream of the love song that might have been. I love you, oh yes I love you, and I'll bravely tell you, but only when we dream again. Sweet and low, sweet and low, how sweet that melody, how long ago, forever, oh yes, forever, will I ever tell you, oh now. Dream, Lida Rose, I'm home, get Rose to get the sun back in the sky. Dream, Lida Rose, I'm home again, Rose, 1,000 ways I dream. I'm thinking of you, oh yes, I can hear the chapel bells chime. Don't really suggestion, I'll pop the question. Lida Rose, I'm home again, Rose, without a sweetheart to my name. How sweet now everyone knows, how long they'll say, forever, oh yes, forever, not fancy nor fine. Will I ever tell you, oh now?
Will you ever stop arguing with yourself? Will you ever tell him? Won't you ever tell him? Yes. No. Fiddlesticks, just open your mouth and let it come out. Tell him? Well, there's nothing wrong with a lady like him. Oh, Mama. Winthrop, where have you been? Fishing. Fishing? With Harold. You mean Professor Hill? Mm-hmm. And look, I lost the wordplay. Did you have a good time?
Scrumptious. He told me all about his hometown, Gary, Indiana, and he said he'd take me there someday. And he taught me a song that has hardly any F's in it.
Don't you have to change for the sociable? There's time later.
Shouldn't around here somewhere?
Oh, the Shin home is on East Elm. This is West Elm.
Oh, criminy. I see a piano teacher in town. Heard about this fellow here on Hill making a boys band?
Yes.
Well, don't you let it worry you no more. I got my goods on him in spades. That swindling two-bit thimble rigger, that's why I got us some Shin. Remember, he only makes a 15-minute water. Would sure wish it was 20. Would sure like to concentrate 5 more minutes on you, pretty girl.
Oh, who are you?
My name's Charlie Cal. And no salesman. But for right now, I'm out to protect the greater good of the traveling fraternity from this swindler.
Well, Mr. Cal, I think you're making a huge mistake.
Mistake, my old lady's corset cover. That man's been the raspberry seed in my wisdom tree far too long. He spoiled Illinois for me. He's not gonna spoil Iowa. Say, what kind of music teacher are you anyway? Didn't you see right through him? He's no more professor.
Oh, I know all about that. Every band director is called professor. It's a harmless deception. He is a fine director, and his scholastic...
Wait a minute. Fine director? Have you heard a note of music from any band?
Well, no, but...
But nothing. Little girl. That man's never afford a band in his life, and he never will.
If you'll just listen to me for 1 minute.
I'd like to. I'd like to do more than that if I had the time. I've sure got the inclination, but I gotta get back on this train and leave this message about Harold Hill. Bye, Billy girl. See you next time, girl.
Oh, you'll never catch that train at the depot. You'll have to catch it at the crossing.
No, sir. I gotta leave work, and I can see you're not the one to leave it with.
Oh, just a minute, Mr. Cal. You don't know me yet.
Is that an invitation?
No, that just means, you don't know me, and...
Yes. I need more time anyway.
I mean, as well as I'd like to.
No trouble there, Billy girl.
Oh, well, I never met a man who sells anvils. That's something really quite, different.
Well, since you're a real salesman, I can tell you that.
Oh.
Handles have a limited appeal. Oh, what am I doing? I missed that train, I'll get fired. And I gotta leave word about this fellow Hill.
Leave word with me.
Not on your tin type. How do I know you deliver these letters?
Try me. There's your train, now run for it.
You double-dealing little. Who do you think you're protecting? That man's got a girl in every single county in Illinois. And he's taking it away from every single one of them. And that's 102 counties. Not including the piano teachers like you he coaches up to keep their mouth shut. Not even for the last of me, girly girl.
At the least suggestion, I'll pop the question. Good morning. Good evening, Marian. Laterals, I'm home again, girls, without
Marian!
to my neck.
Marian, dear, who's talking to just... Mr. Hill?
Mrs. Peru! Top of the evening, Miss Marian.
You and Marian come up and sit down. I've got some jelly on the stove. There is no jelly on the stove, Mama. Well, I'll put some on.
Well, shall we set, as your mother said? You did ask me to call, remember?
Oh, I didn't. I didn't mean anything.
Now, Miss Marian, I'm not suggesting that your invitation inferred anything but academic enlightenment. The think system? You know, I've been by to explain it to you a couple of times, but there always seem to be people around, mostly ladies, I thought.
Oh, yes, Miss Squires and several of the ladies.
Oh, well, that's good. Wouldn't want anybody beating my time. Well, evidently it's not the convenient time. I'll see you later at the sociable.
Mr. Hill, is it true that you had 100... I guess what I'm trying to say is,
Yes?
is it true that you developed a think system?
A what? A think system? Oh, think system, of course. Why? It's just as simple as whistling. Nobody needs to teach you how to use your lips to whistle. You only need to think a tune in order for it to come out clearly right here. Now just try this yourself before you ask any questions.
Oh, I'll take your word for it.
Well, shall we sit down?
Are all music teachers as dense as I am?
All music teachers?
Well, I'm sure you meet dozens, even 100.
Oh, well, hey.
Have they all been as fascinated as I have been with the think system?
Some more, some less. You know, one young lady had thought up the same system before I got to her town. She showed me a few refinements.
Oh, I see.
Have I said something wrong?
Oh, no, please don't let me keep you, Mr. Hill. I'm sure you have much more important things to do than explain the think system to me.
Oh, I can't think of one.
And I'm sure I'm very dull company for a man of your experience.
Now, say, what gives you an idea like that?
Well, one hears rumors of a traveling salesman.
Now, Miss Marian, you mustn't believe everything you hear. In fact, one even hears rumors about librarians.
I suppose you're referring to Uncle Matty.
Uncle Matt?
Yes, Mr. Madison, my father's best friend. No matter what they say, he left me an assured job so that Mother Winthrop and I would have some security. Now, surely you don't believe...
Of course not. But why do you think people start these rumors?
Oh, jealousy? Narrow-mindedness? Jealousy mostly, I guess.
Exactly. And jealousy mostly starts rumors about traveling salesmen. What have you heard?
Oh, nothing about you personally, just generally.
What have you heard generally?
Oh, just that, I mean, it stands to reason that, well, to take you, for instance, your attention to customers, and said customers could be misinterpreted, mightn't they? I mean, now honestly, mightn't they?
Why?
Well, you see, I mean, if another salesman were to be jealous, well, they could be downright lies, couldn't they?
What could?
Rumors and things.
Well, of course.
Well, it just goes to show that if you discuss things, that...
Now, Miss Marian, I would be delighted to discuss almost anything in the world with you. But couldn't we do it sitting down? You do sit, right? Your knees bend and all.
Well, we could sit on the porch steps.
Or we could sit on a large hollow log over at the footbridge.
Oh, I could never think of it. I have never been to the footbridge with a man in my life.
Just to talk.
I have to get dressed for the sociable.
Then meet me there in 15 minutes.
No, I just can't. Maybe some other time. Maybe tomorrow.
My dear librarian, if you pile up enough tomorrows, soon you'll find you've collected nothing but a lot of empty yesterdays. Now, I don't know about you, but I'd like to make today worth remembering.
So would I.
The footbridge. 15 minutes.
15 minutes. Mama! Mama! What? I just told Professor Hill I'd meet him at the footbridge in 15 minutes.
Glory be, and the saints be praised, it worked! What, guys? I've been using the think system on you from the parlor!
People will be screaming for music if they show up to the show's like this.
Okay, yeah.
Doors in the suitcase. Tommy's holding them together. Well, no, practice was along the yard. He's trying to keep them somewhat.
What time's the freight, though?
9:40 at the junction.
Well, it's not even 8:30 yet.
Listen, you want to turn a wordle around and get yourself caught in a bunny trap, be my guest, bud.
But listen, I'll be over at the hotel in plenty of time. Now, scram, come on. Miss Marian! You're late!
Oh, but you said 15 minutes.
Oh, I mean, you're about, let's say, 26 years late. Took you this long to get to the footbridge with a fella.
Oh, well, if I'm being honest with you, it was almost longer.
Oh?
Yes. Halfway here, I almost turned back. I suppose I'm not the first to find it easier to think clearly when not under the spell of your salesmanship.
Now, Miss Marian, certainly you don't think I've been trying to sell you anything.
Oh, no. You've given me something, and that's why I decided to come.
I don't recall giving it.
Oh, you did. Something beautiful, and that's why I came, and I'm glad. Oh, please don't be afraid that I expect much more from you. One can't expect a traveling salesman to stay put. I know there are many ports of call, and there will be many more, but that doesn't mean that I shouldn't be grateful for what you've left behind for me.
I... so much you don't know about me.
Hey, Greg!
Listen, I'm expecting a cable from Hector Berlioz. This could be it.
Now what? Who's the salesman here? Sounds like she's selling in your bike.
Oh, you nuts! I told you I had to get her off balance, didn't I?
Well, she's so off balance now you can't tell her from a cat foot in a hurricane.
Oh, listen, Buster Brown. I've risen up through the ranks on this skirmish, and I'm not resigning without my commission.
You'll never get anywhere on this footbridge, Greg.
Listen, there's a place over at Madison Picnic Park makes this footbridge look like the old ladies' home. Now beat it, go get through it. Sorry. Oh, never a dull moment in the music business. Now then, where were we?
You were about to tell me what I don't know about you.
Oh, well, we don't have to get into that now, do we?
No, we don't. Or ever, for that matter. Harold, the librarian hasn't felt much like doing research lately, but she did plenty when you first came here.
About what?
Oh, about Gary Conservatory Gold Medal Class of '05. Harold, there was no Gary Conservatory in '05.
Well, there's certainly...
Because the town wasn't even built till '06. I'll see you at the sociable.
You mean you knew all the time?
Since July 7th, I tore this page out of the Indiana Journal. It was originally intended to use against you, but now I give it to you with all my heart.
But if you knew, why didn't you? Why you?
While 110 cornets played the air, then I modestly took my place as the one and only bass, and I ooh-pah'd up and down the square.
Good night, my someone. Good night, my love.
With 110 cornets right behind,
Our star is shining, bright is bright.
there were horns of every shape and hue. Sweet dreams be yours, dear, if dreams there be.
110 cornets played the air.
I wish I may, and I wish I might. Now good night, my someone, good night.
Greg, this guy's crazy. He spilled everything.
Crazy? I'll say I'm crazy. Missed my train and I probably also lost my job. But I got you now, Hill, and you'll pay. You'd be in a clink right now if it wasn't for that piano teacher. Told her everything that you did. Guess what she do? Lily guides me around till I couldn't see shit. Dried up man-hungry biscuit.
Get out of here or I'll kill you, you dirty mouth!
You bully! You big blow-off. I'll stay in this town until you get yours up, down, through, and sideways. Why you never even knew the territory!
Come on, Greg, don't listen to a word he says. The rig's in the alley, we gotta get out of here.
One Grecian. Two Grecians. And a fountain.
Everyone stop! Stop! Listen to this man.
You gullible green grass goats, don't you see it? You're being swindled out of your eye teeth right now. This minute. There was a burglar in the parlor while you were frittling in the bedroom. I'm talking about Harold Hill, road agent, highwayman, and pickpocket.
Pickpocket?
Same thing. He's had his hands in your wallet, madam. And yours, mister. And yours, little lady. Ever since he arrived to this town, there's been more documented evidence of him than you'll ever have time to read. There isn't any band, there hasn't been any band, and there never will be any band. And if you don't hunt this man down like a mad dog, there won't be any Harold Hill either.
Now will you all believe me?
Oh, what are we waiting for?
I want my money back!
I want it high.
After him. And when you find him, bring him to the schoolhouse. After him.
Marian, I had to see you.
It's all right, don't you know that? You don't owe me a word, not a word. Now go, please.
Greg, I don't think he's anywhere around here, actually. Let's go check down by the creek.
Oh, quick, Rob.
Whoa, hold on a minute here, son.
Another fun! Leave going!
Not till I talk to you first.
I won't listen! You would tell the truth anyway!
I would too.
Would not!
Would too.
Tell you anything you want to know.
Can you understand?
No.
Are you a big liar?
Yes.
Are you a big rotten crook?
Yes.
Leave me go, you big liar!
You wanted the truth, didn't you? Now, you're gonna stand here and get it all, so you might as well quit wiggling.
Listen, kid. There's two things you're entitled to know. One, you're a wonderful kid. I thought so from the first. That's why I wanted you in the band, so you quit moping around feeling sorry for yourself.
What band?
I always think there's a band, kid.
What's the other thing I'm entitled to?
Well, the other thing's not any of your business now that I think of this.
I wish you never come to River City! Oh, no, you don't, Twin Pro. Victor, you believe him? Yes. I believe every word he ever said. But he promised us. I know what he promised us, and it all happened just like he said. The lights, the flags, and the colors, and the symbols. Where was all that? The way every kid walked around town this summer, especially you, and the parents. Do you think Mama wished he'd never come to River City? Well, you do, don't you? No, you don't. Now go, Harold, please. Go on, Professor.
I can't.
Why not?
Because for the first time in my life, I got my foot caught in the door. There was love all around, but I never heard it sing. No, I never heard it at all, till there was you.
Oh, Greg, they're here!
Go on, Professor, go!
Which is why I interrupted the program at this point. Rest assured, this snake in our bosom, which would have been misapprehended by this time. Yes, and as always, fellow river citizens, I did everything in my power to stop this dire happening from, happening. For score.
We're gonna get our money back. That professor collected nearly $300 for uniforms just tonight.
He's slippery, I told you.
And we haven't even seen them uniforms yet. I haven't seen any uniform or my boy either since just after supper.
He's a kidnapper.
Fine situation here.
Just a minute. Virtue has triumphed. The sword of retribution is cut down, Professor Harold Hill. And if there are those that I have heard who are melting tar and collecting feathers, I will not say them nay.
Now I could think you all could forget your eye was stubborn, chip on the shoulder arrogance long enough to remember River City before Harold Hill arrived. And if so, I think you should be thankful for what he's done for us. And I think you'd want to admit it.
You know what I think? I think you're wasting a great deal of time here. If there is a person in this hall who does not think that this man, Hill, should be tarred and feathered right now, let him stand up. Sit down. And the rest of you stand there like Dracona Shropshire sheep. Have you all forgotten? Have you bought expensive band uniforms, high-priced band instruments, and technical instruction books? Have you all forgotten that there was a clear understanding and warranty that your children would be taught to play in a band? Well, where's that band, huh? Where's that band?
think, kids.